Most people forget they have free will. I'll forget I have free will 20 minutes from now, and then and something will come up and I say, oh no, you can make this choice instead. You can make this choice.
If people have free will and if people have free choices in their lives, then would you say they're also responsible for their lives?
It just requires self-awareness, be open to change and to see if that looks really good. Maybe I should try that out. No, I will try that out. I will try that out. Yeah.
Right.
And I think I'll eliminate the word maybe because it takes me nowhere. The words I could, I can, maybe, they're all limiting in the sense of not specific, not direct, not strong enough. Yeah.
Yes.
The stronger our language becomes, the more focused our language becomes. Knowing our outcomes, we move forward through our lives with grace and ease.
Let's shift topics a little bit. I mean, we could talk about conscious language all day, and I desire to do that again. I desire to talk about holistic health now for a bit. To disclose your age, last year you've turned 80, and you're in such an amazing, mental, spiritual, and also physical health. So I know you're into conscious language, you're into holistic health. What was the key driver that, conserved you in such a great state and being mentally so sharp today? How do you do that?
I think one of the biggest things that happened was in the 70s when I saw the natural food store, natural food co-op, and I saw there was all these opportunities. I thought, maybe there's other opportunities in the world I'm missing out on too. So that's when I just gravitated easily towards acupuncture and towards massage, and was doing these in the late 70s, and now also. But that I was learning about holistic health, and I thought, this makes so much sense. It's just like if you eat well, you don't get sick. Okay, and so then you don't even have, it becomes a non-issue almost, that you aren't seeing people very often to restore your health. And if you do, you have your choice to go with conventional medicine or holistic medicine. And holistic, it just makes so much more sense to me, because it's the concept of being able to knowing that your body can heal itself in a matter of time, and finding out those solutions for healing. The other way, the conventional medicine, is pretty much diagnosis and pills. Maybe you don't require pills, but I'm a little disappointed in conventional medicine and the direction it's taken, even and more year by year. So I'm really elated to see how many more naturopaths are out in the world, and how many acupuncturists and deep massage and so many things. Holistic health is a holistic idea. It's the whole picture, instead of just taking a part of it. So, okay, take this and I'll fix this. Well, what about the rest? So holistic health is, I use holistic health in dentistry. I only see holistic health dentists. Any opportunity I have, I'm doing this because, number one, because I believe in it and I invest in it. I invest in this truth that the body can heal itself. And I don't, and conventional medicine is just something of my past. Not something I'm interested in anymore.
And is conscious language part of this holistic health, or in other terms, Do you think it's also thanks to thanks to conscious language that you are very healthy today? Is this something you have manifested, so to speak, or is it good food and exercise and?
It's all of that.
It's all of that.
It's an insistence on my part to choose only that which supports me in terms of food. Mm-hmm. So, anytime I'm looking at something, like a pizza isn't particularly healthy, but it's fun, and everybody loves pizza. So then you look at the pizza. Well, how can we make it really healthy? We use organic cheese, or Swiss cheese, organic vegetables, mushrooms. Do a very beautiful crust that's gluten-free. Mm-hmm. There's so many upgrades. See, the upgrades in the language are follow suit with upgrades in our.
Also applicable in the foods.
Yeah,
right?
And that goes for eating and for breathing, for sleeping, for all these natural body functions that we have. Mm-hmm. Knowing, have a little voice up here saying, is that a good idea? Or more likely, that's not a good idea. And so then I make a change. It's become easier for me to be in a group where people are ordering things or eating foods. I'm not interested at all, and I'm quite content finding my own way. Yeah, bringing something myself or finding something that's very healthy. I would say that my young youth at 80 is due to a lot of sports and exercise and eating well and thinking well. Probably some genetics involved.
Okay. Do you do any sort of brain exercise? Having a great physical health is one thing, and being really mentally fit it's another thing, and you are both, and especially I'm quite amazed that if I look at many people that are 80 years old, they aren't that sharp mentally. So how do you? Is it the food, or how do you do
it's
that?
the combination of everything. Mm-hmm. The combination of the food, of exercise, of being outside, of being in nature, of getting 20 minutes of sun almost in my entire life every day. Mm-hmm. That's huge.
20 minutes of sun every day, so you really go consciously out to...
Yeah, doesn't matter the weather, just it's a very prime time. Be out in the sun. First of all, in the morning, just taking a look at the sun for 3 minutes or so. And you have different rays that you can absorb at different times of the day. And then I've always liked 20 minutes around the time, any time between 12 and 2. The vitamin D that you receive is humongous. It's the best source of vitamin D. And vitamin D is the only vitamin that I know of that if you have enough, you won't die. You won't die for a long time, yeah, if you have substantial vitamin D. Taking either supplements or by the sun, which is so much easier.
Right, especially if you live in Chiang Mai, where we have like 330 sunny days per year.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
Why do you think this concept of holistic health and also conscious language isn't around more? I mean, we do see an increasing trend in, like, let's say, healthy food or alternative lifestyles, yet most of the population cannot relate yet or don't seem to be interested in this. Any idea why?
That's a very interesting question, and much of it is that again, free will. They have free will to investigate something else and to see if it works for them. But if they don't make that first choice, then they stay in their slumber, they stay in their sleep about this. And that's what many people do, and they surround themselves with a family or people that are doing the same thing. So you have to be independent thinking. Trust yourself. Trust is huge. That you're doing the correct way of living. Even back when I was 30 or 40, I was looking 20 years younger than I was. So it wasn't something that just came upon me at later age. And to think that I'm 80 is, I just laugh. And it's not about comparisons or anything. I bless everyone. I thought I would never get here for
seriously?
many years. When I was in my 20s, I didn't think I'd make it till my 30s, or my 30s, I didn't think my 40s, on and on and on. And then finally, when I was 60, I said, I think I'll make it till I'm 70. And then in the 70s, I said, oh my God, I'm going to make it till I'm 80 unless something happens. I said, and so when I finally turned 80, I thought, this is nuts. This is nuts. I feel out of my category. Yeah, I have no desire to share with people, hey, I'm 80. How old are you?
Right.
It's something I feel blessed. I feel blessed for taking care of myself, for strength from my God, and attracting those people that have a similar supportive way of living. Yeah. So I hang out with people that, like yourself, that enjoy holistic health and the things we're talking about. And I think that the people that don't, it's they have free will. Most people forget they have free will. I'll forget I have free will 20 minutes from now, and then and something will come up, and I say, oh no, you can make this choice instead. You can make this choice.
I have to do this and that and this now, right?
It's a huge difference, But once we do this in a gentle, loving way with ourselves, and say, what about this idea? Just making new choices, making higher choices, making hard choices.
Now, one kind of burning question I have: did some of these choices also lead you to a not so fruitful outcome? That even though you have or you thought you have made a firm affirmation and a clear communication, clear commitment to yourself, and yet it didn't work, or it failed, or did that also happen to you before? And how can people handle this if it happens to them?
I had an operation for a hernia 10 months ago. And people said, well, how did you get a hernia? And I said, well, I got a hernia from lifting 25 kilo bags of Himalayan pink salt because that was my business a few years ago. And I didn't think it was a big deal, but it was bigger than I thought. And just the idea of picking it up and then tossing it somewhere, eventually I developed a hernia. And the hernia was fairly small, so I didn't really require anything to do about it for, I'd say, 7-8 years. And finally, I was in Bangkok airport running for a plane with a fairly somewhat heavy luggage, and that whole issue was left with the hernia size increased. I made the choice, conventional medicine, and I looked over holistic health medicine to cover this, and it didn't come up with very good ideas, and the ones that they did seemed almost impossible to do. 6 months of a gauze over the area with camphor oil or something like that. I forget which oil they chose, but people reminded me how easy the operation was. So I had the operation. I'd forgotten about the anesthetics. And the anesthetics in this time was stronger than I imagined, and it had affected my short-term memory. So there's a little disappointment there in disappointment with myself about this whole process. And yet, it turned out this became an impetus for me to really make a huge change in my life into really focusing on my free will to continue moving forward in my life, day to day, minute to minute. When I think about something and think of, yeah, I really require to do this. No, let's do it right now. So I'm really so much more focused since the hernia 10 months ago, and I've created so many huge changes in my home, painting and restructuring much of my house, and so many different things I've got into. I'm into, besides being into astrology, which I love so much, and essential oils, which are another form of holistic health. Yeah, it's just I feel more focused in my life than ever before.
So that leads me to one more question, and if people have free will and if people have free choices in their lives, then would you say they're also responsible for their lives? Meaning whatever comes into their life, what happens in their life, they may judge it good or bad. Is it their responsibility?
It is our responsibility to monitor our left brain, our thinking brain, our talking brain, our brain that comes up with all these great ideas, because sometimes the issue resides right there, and we had an opportunity to make a free choice, a change, and we didn't. And it just requires self-awareness. Really requires self-awareness, and to be open to change, and to see if that looks really good. Maybe I should try that out. No, I will try that out. I will try that out. Yeah.
Right.
And I think I'll eliminate the word maybe, because it takes me nowhere. Just looking in language, the words I could, I can, maybe. They're all limiting in the sense of not specific, not direct, not strong enough. Yeah.
Yes.
The stronger our language becomes, the more focused our language becomes. Knowing our outcomes, we move forward through our lives with grace and ease.
Wow, very powerful. Now, to wrap up the episode today, one last question about the vision. It's a question that I usually ask all my guests. That could be from your personal vision for yourself, or even the bigger vision for this world, something that you desire to see in this world in your lifetime, or even in the future. Yes.
My experience of creating my own company and the attention I had in my thoughts, how to let my thoughts assist me in making my company successful, was so huge that 12 years I had my business, and I had a 25% increase in sales every year, something like this.
Wow.
So I was able to see the power of language. And what I desire to do is share this with people, because of all this, I retired at very early, at age 57. Otherwise it'd be, I don't know what age, but that it just sped things up so much. So I desire to share that. And we didn't talk about conscious living as much, but I desire to share talks about conscious language and how it turns into conscious living. So once we have our language in control of our unconscious mind, one that is making all these, comes up with all these great ideas for us, Once we have control of that, we're able to just do just about anything, be successful in any way. And I noticed that I desire to share language to see how you can shift your entire way of being, of what you're doing, and how you're being minute to minute, hour to hour, day by day. And not that you have to watch it like a hawk. It's just something that becomes natural. You just shift your whole attention, your whole way of living into something that's very smooth and easy, and yet gives you all that you require. We share people conscious language, and then I would desire to show them the conscious living choices I've made because of my language.
So from conscious language to conscious living.
Right. The conscious language could have said something, oh, that's too expensive, that's not good, that might not work, or anything. I said, no, I've researched this. This is going to work. This could be successful. Da-da-da-da-da.
Wow. John, thank you so much for your time, investing your time and choosing to come here to the show. Do you have any final words that you want to share with the audience today?
I have a mantra that I'm kind of a mantra that I use a lot. I choose to make things fun and easy. So even if you get a flat tire, no matter what's happening, you're breaking up with your boyfriend, you're doing this, I choose to make this fun and easy. And sometimes you start laughing at yourself. Are you kidding me? I said, no, I'm not kidding you. We're going to make this fun and easy. It seems terrible right now, but it's an illusion.
Thank you so much, John.
You're welcome.
To all the listeners out here, please feel free to practice this mantra, whatever is happening in your life right now. And we're really looking forward to your comments in the comment section below. And if you're inspired by this episode, then of course, feel free to share it with your friends, with your family, your loved ones, to carry on this vision, to bring conscious language and holistic health into your life. And also thank you so much for subscribing to our channel. My name is Nick, and this is the Plant-Based Podcast Asia. Hope to see you next time. John, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.